Up till now, we have worked with wall and surface stamp tool. I want to show you one more tool, and that's going to be curve stamp. So let's go and rotate this and select this bottom surface and go to sketch area. I want to draw two simple arcs here. One of the arcs is going to be like this, and the other arc is going to be like this. And I just need to make sure that these two are in tangency with each other, so I select both of them and go and add a tangency. And again, I need to make sure that these two endpoints of these arcs are meeting each other, and for this I need to have a coincidence. Now you can see that I have a tangency and I have a coincidence here. So let's select these arcs and add more constraints. I want to have this about 180 in radius, and the other one should be the same, 180 in radius. So I double click it and change it. I want to select this endpoint, select this line, that is the right line here, and make sure that these are about 75 millimeters away from each other. And again, select this endpoint and select this top line and select another constraint. This is going to be 95 millimeters. So I type in 95 here. Now you can see that it goes up. The other endpoint is this. I select this endpoint and the left line, I add a constraint and make sure that these are about 850 millimeters. And again, I select this endpoint and this time the top line and add another constraint, and this is going to be 105 millimeter. Now one more thing, and that's the center of the first arc. I select the center of the first arc here. Let's select it again and select this down, the bottom line here, and add the constraint and make sure that this is about 330. Now you can see that my shape is created very nicely. I exit my workbench and select insert and go to stamping. Now I should select the curve stamp tool. By opening the curve stamp tool, I can change the parameter. Of course, you can see this here. The first thing is the angle. You can see the angle of the curve, and that's going to be 75 millimeter. That's okay. The second thing is the height. The depth of this groove is going to be about 5 millimeter, and the length of this, the length between the distance between the two ends of this groove is going to be about 12 millimeters. So I type in this, and I want to have a little radius here. So both of these radius are going to be 1 millimeter. Now the sketch is selected, already selected, so I click on OK. Now the groove is created like this. Let's see it from the top view, and that's it. Okay, select this, and that's a curve stamp. And by selecting this, I go to insert menu, and I want to replicate it. So to replicate it, here I have the transformation submenu that has a rectangular pattern under that. By selecting this, you can see that the object is selected. The reference element is going to be selected. I highlight the reference element and make sure that this is going to be replicated along this line. Now I have about 10 instances, and you should see that I am selecting the instance and spacing here, and the instances are about 35 millimeters away from each other. Now you can see that it is replicated nicely and everything is okay. Now I click on OK, and that's it. You have selected the curve stamp and you have used it successfully.